In the shadows. Beacon Heights Academy lets boys excel. What a dumb motto. Did it ever occur to the school administrators when they collected the $1,000 a month tuition fee per student that maybe a boy didn't want to excel? Jeremy wished the motto was Beacon Heights Academy lets boys alone. Each term, every student in the academy had to participate in at least one after-school activity: drama, debate, the science fair, or a sport. Even if the student didn't board at the expensive, exclusive boys' school, but lived in town and went home every day after classes. Like Jeremy. Jeremy had chosen soccer, not because he liked it, not because he was any good at it, but because the coach was so determined to field a winning team that Jeremy knew he'd never get played, never in a real game, and rarely even in practice. Until today. It was the last week of the spring term, which meant that to fulfill the school's requirement, Jeremy would have to play for at least 1 minute. And this would be a real game. The Beacon Heights Bulldogs against a tough team from across the valley, the Midvale Marauders. All day long, Jeremy had been wondering if he could fake stomach cramps or appendicitis, but the coach would never believe him. Jeremy might be a scared, skinny 8th grade wimp, but he was a healthy one. Didn't matter that he'd deliberately forgotten to bring his jersey and his shin guards to school. Dig some out of the box, Coach barked. From the bottom of the smelly equipment box, Jeremy pulled ratty shin guards and a sagging, much too large red jersey. When he ran out of the field house, a couple of his fellow 8th graders elbowed each other and snickered. Maybe because of what Jeremy was wearing, but more likely because that was the way they usually reacted to him. He sat on the bench so long his bony rump started to hurt. As the score seesawed, first the Beacon Heights Bulldogs were ahead, then the Midvale Marauders. Jeremy kept praying that the coach had forgotten about him. Not a chance. Coach was checking the list of boys from Beacon Heights, frowning at it, crossing off names with a pencil. Jeremy, you! Coach barked. Get out there! Replace the forward! Shoulders hunched, Jeremy ran onto the field. Inside his head, he was great at sports and games. On a computer, he was unbeatable. He understood the geometry of basketball, baseball, football, and soccer, and he knew all the rules because he memorized things so easily. If only he'd had a reasonable amount of coordination, plus a little bit of muscle, he might have played soccer passably. But when Jeremy ran, his head and neck, arms and hands, legs and feet looked like a bunch of paper clips that had been shaken up in a bag. Hooked together haphazardly, they stuck out at all kinds of weird angles. The coach blew his whistle. Jeremy stumbled forward, trying to get into the open so one of his teammates could pass him the ball. As if they would. All of them knew that a pass to Jeremy would mean losing the ball to the Midvale Marauders. Yet, there it was, the soccer ball. And it looked like it was coming right at him. He got a foot on it, lost it, and in the mayhem of other boys' arms and legs, noticed the ball rolling loose. Running after it, he started dribbling toward the goal.